Hello friend and welcome back once again to Gary Grigsby's War in the East, here with turn 5. It's December 17th, 1942, and the Axis are retreating from Cyrenaica. Unfortunately, I wonder if it's... well, I think it was already like this at the start of the game, so at least I think so. Kind of sucky, but we'll see how that stuff goes. We already did secede this area, so we now only control Tunis and, well, I guess Libya, which will secede pretty quickly to Outrager. Anyway, let's take a look. I don't have any air forces in that area. In fact, all my air forces are to the back here. Those are just a few recon units, and I do need these fighters in Krasnodar, but they're just resting now, which I think also makes a lot of sense. Then have no air units at Kotelnikovo. I mean, I have Yagdashreiter 4, so I have 40 fighters at Tatsinskaya at the moment. Nope. Yeah, I actually have like 100 planes here at Potomnik. With the Soviets creating a larger breach through here, I have to be wary. I'm getting a few reinforcements in, though. As you can see, there are several of these motorized units here, for example, that did get reinforcements. I think if we look at the logistics phase report, so freight depot data that is not super interesting. At the theater box, I've actually never looked at this, so let's do that for now. Western Europe losses. This is all due to bombing. This is total. This turn we lost 2 Italian machine guns and 45 vehicles, and air losses, bunch of fighters. Manpower losses lost Western Europe, Italy, some vehicles. North Africa, some serious business though. They are heavily fighting. Mostly Italian losses, just a few flak on the German side. North Africa, nothing in Norway. No losses there. Balkans, also quite a lot of Italian losses here once again, interestingly enough. Finland, also some. Air execution. I want to look at... this is replacement. Air Special Battalion arrived to access reserves. Okay, so they're just reorganizing there. Second Army is no longer frozen. All that stuff is no longer frozen. 3rd Luftwaffe Field Corps arrived in the Axis Reserves. 27th Panzer is no longer frozen. 3rd Romanian Infantry Division arrived from Soviet Union Garrison. Middle Cavalry Regiment arrived in the Axis Reserves. No longer frozen. Cavalry Brigade. Got some guys from there. Some Storm Infantry Battalions arrived. Gotta have to take a look at that. Go for a field division arrived in Finland. Access reserves. I'm gonna have to rearrange that. For example, this Luftwaffe field division has no business being in the access reserves. General Goering division, eh? Army Group Dawn Commander Erich von Manstein is dismissed. Wilhelm Keitel. Why? Why though? What? Army Group B, Army Group done. Why? That's gonna cost me 32 admin points to reinstall von Manstein for no freaking ass reason. Yes. Just because he has 2 defeats? What defeats anyway? With the Italians? Gotta be freaking kidding me. That's some absolute horse dung. Alright. Sucks. I mean, that's unusable. They have 1 plane. Do they get reinforcements? Replacements restricted. I'm just gonna give them normal replacements. I mean, I don't particularly see why they would not get any replacements. It's exceptionally windy outside, so there is a lot of problem there from outside. Well, I ain't running anything either again this time. Hungarian airport bases are far enough to the back that I'm okay with it. Just can't believe that they just kicked out Manstein. I need to put those guys to normal replacements too, actually. I'll take a look at it in the commander's report screen there. It's probably easier to set all of them to regular replacements, that is. Alright, there we go. First of all, the Luftwaffe field divisions. I'll just have them move slowly and try to take certain territories. Seems like they at least have a unit in there then. Wonder if I can take torpedoes. No. Not sure how many forces are there, but it seems to be substantial. Let's get them away. And they need to be on refit because they're at 59%. It's a bit weird, but I guess I'll be dealing with 16th Army first. You need to be on refit too. How about you? This Luftwaffe field division is also doing exceptionally poorly. So they really need reinforcements over anything. They might even get routed by whatever they have here. They're still sending planes. Interestingly. Both of those should indeed also be on refit. How about the 330th? They might have gotten some forces. I'll keep them on resupply at 70. ESS cavalry is still at 77%, but because they keep doing these attacks, even from Vladimirsku, they just have to, you know, keep reorganizing and stuff. Might seem a bit over the top, but these guys are pretty weak. So I actually do not mind attacking like that. Just taking the enemy units, I guess, one by one. I can only do a soft attack that way. I guess I'll push them back, and I'm actually gonna get that security division out. I want the security division to go to the theater box, or the, yeah, the Axis garrison theater box, so I will actually benefit there. I need to get some stuff out, because, for example, they have this 1st SS Motorized Brigade, they put it there. I don't actually need that there, I need security divisions. I can probably take that out, but I'll deal with that in a bit. At any rate, since I'm still dealing with the pocket there and such, let's move the HQ over here. It's unlikely that they'll get a unit to move in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I'll just put it there. I'll put the security unit on refit though, but I am going to put it under Army Group North most likely, unless they're already overburdened. No, they're not. Here we are. I was like, I must keep glancing over it. Because the security division really does shine there, and that will allow me to take better units away from the theater box. It's supposedly like 9,200. Does it... I do like this ground element mapping, I suppose. So I can see what they get, or what they're supposed to get. 160mm steel gun granata. Anti-tank gun. Yeah, that's not this. Alright. Minor River 3 and 3, so it's not actually frozen. But operating from Ostashkov, I guess I will just do nothing for now, and then next turn potentially I'll try to take these. Dealing with this pocket will probably take more than just a turn, obviously, here. 9 and 8, so... I have to say, I felt that was a little bit tricky, but in the end that did succeed, so that's not too bad. The 30th Corps can now start taking some of these. I guess I will have them take over the 126th. That's a nice insignia. But it doesn't really say where they were. So what are you part of? The 10th Corps. What I'll do is I'll have the 30th move up. Really, you cannot actually move in there. Cost 6. Wow. Let's operate that from Lichkovo and put a depot in it. And then get this to 2. Start your roost to 3 and then this to 4. It will fix itself, this rail. And we'll have to deal with all the rail units though. Over time here. What I need to do is get the 2nd Corps, these 4 units. And then you need to be under the 10th. Like the 290th. This unit that's currently in Denyansk, let's read it. 290th Infantry Division invaded the Soviet Union with the 56th Panzer Corps Army Group North in June 1941, so it was an effective fighting unit. The 290th Infantry spearheaded the initial attack into Russia and played a major role in the capture of Dvinsk. In August, it fought in the First Battle of Lake Ilmen and was surrounded in the Demyansk pocket in January 1942. The division's freedom of action was not restored until February 1943. It then fought at Dno, Lake Ladoga, and the Battle of Naval that winter. By the fall of 1943, the division was down to 6 grenadier battalions, and its tank destroyer and reconnaissance battalions had been consolidated into a single Schnelle battalion. The division suffered heavy losses in the Leningrad withdrawal and was isolated in the Mabel by October. That's bad. It's near Königsberg. Its 503rd Grenadier Regiment was disbanded that fall and was down to 4 Grenadier battalions and 3 artillery battalions. It remained in the Courland pocket, holding off several Soviet attacks until March 1945, when it boarded ships and was sent to Neustief on the Frische Neerung in East Prussia. It both inflicted and suffered heavy casualties in the last Soviet attempts to crush the army of East Prussia. The 290th Infantry Division remained isolated in East Prussia until the end of hostilities and surrendered to the Red Army in May 1945. Wow. I guess the units in Memel then were part of Courland, so we have Army Group Courland here, but then Memel's here. Which was its own tiny pocket. Memel was closed off from the forces in East Prussia, but also from Courland. So they were especially cut off, so to say. Now that the threat is kind of gone, I mean, they can technically still try to move up, but that's probably not going to do them very well. Actually, let's see, because I will actually shift these a bit so that I have a better attack against the forces out here on the next turn. And I can get out the Luftwaffe Field Division now, which for the moment I'll put under Army Group North, while taking them out. again, the Luftwaffe field divisions will be repurposed here. Whether that's sending them to Stalingrad or somewhere else is up for debate still. Similarly, I don't actually need the 6th Luftwaffe field division in that particular area. I could have them take territory here. Yeah, that's okay. Seems like they also have a unit in here then. They might actually split up into tinier pockets. I mean, I thoroughly enjoy having those guys there, but... yeah, they don't actually need to be connected. I think that this really shows how tough those AI units can be. I'm actually gonna move you up here, because I don't want these guys to take belly. Now I'll use these to take that airfield. I don't even know whether I'm taking it back or not, but besides that, I'm still moving. Well, I moved out the 330th. These guys technically should just try to clear this here pocket. And they're doing a pretty decent job at that. You're operating from Starya Russa, but I think this score should be operating from Demyansk. I don't see these guys making any kind of real push there. This is still a bit of a problem. I have to say, I'd rather move into heavy woods, see what's up. So I do have a unit in there. Moving in here cuts the rail line too, so that means that not even this rail line is working anymore. So now they do only have 2 singular rail lines moving towards Stalingrad, out of which one of them moves to Kalishi, of course, and only this other singular rail line is able to get supplies all the way there. Not sure how well they are doing, but as usual, they're doing too well for my taste. Getting rid of another 3 divisions here. Probably a good idea. I have to say that the success of this pocket has been phenomenal. Taking this here territory doesn't seem like much, but the Soviets have nothing there. They will either have to redirect these forces over to that side, or allow me to take swaths of territory here that would, you know, potentially threaten their situation towards this area. So we'll see. Obviously I don't have too much in this region. We'll again see how the Soviets deal with that. Sound is altogether too high. Let's lower that a bit. Right. I might move up with 40 motorized and block that, netting me another 3 divisions there. 1st Guards Airborne Division, huh? I think they probably have a unit at Neladovo. So I cannot just go in there as I please. One other thing I could do with this Luftwaffe Field Division is send it down south to get under this Luftwaffe Field Corps. Alfred Schlemm. Well, let's go further up. First of all, let's take out these, put in these. And I actually think it, given by the looks of it, even though they're above 70, I really think they should be on refit. I wonder if they're, you know, like this, I cannot read it. They might just not have anything there. Because the 58th does have it. 50th Infantry Division was first heavily engaged in 1941 on the northern sector of the Russian front, where it broke through the Stalin line and swept through the Baltic states, fought at Lake Peipus, and took part in the siege of Leningrad. The next year it took part in the Battle of Volkhov, south of Leningrad. Okay. From March through July, before being switched to the Iranian-bound sector, where it remained until November 1942. Meanwhile, in July 42, its first part of the 154th Infantry Regiment, 3rd of the 209th Infantry Regiment, and the 3rd of the 220th Infantry Regiments were disbanded. Their survivors were assigned to the extant battalions in their regiments. The division, meanwhile, remained on the northern sector of the Eastern Front till the fall of 1943, when it was sent to Naval on the extreme southern flank of the army group. I don't know where that is. It was hurriedly rushed back to the north in January 1944, but it arrived too late to prevent the Soviets from breaking the siege of Leningrad. It lost 1/3 of its men and all its heavy equipment in the withdrawal from the city. It nevertheless fought on the Narva, at Duneburg, and at Memel. In February 1945, the 58th returned to the central sector and was cut off in the Sumland region of East Prussia in March 1945. It ended up on the Gila Peninsula, where it surrendered in May. Alright. It does give me access to another Luftwaffe Field Division. And since it doesn't need to refit either, I'm going to send it into the OKH and send it down south. Let's use the main rail line here. I have a mind to now also put the 50th Corps under Army Group North, if not just temporarily. The Soviets seem to have abandoned their attacks, and that means that I still want to try to keep unburdening 18th Army. Georg Lindemann. Yeah, he's pretty reasonable. I cannot put the 54th Corps under that either. What I will do, however, is gather as many men as I can muster. And attack. Right, I cannot encircle them for now, but we'll see what the Soviets do there. Certainly I'm not looking to do anything specifically crazy, not even here. I'm a bit bummed out that I cannot get into that hex. Although it supposedly requires 6 from there. You would think that... Okay. That's some crazy reshuffling. But we'll see how it goes. One thing that I kind of like here is that if I can cut them off, it will again shorten my line significantly. It frees up at least 2 divisions if I do that and go in here, which is, if you ask me, an exceptional price at that point. Ground, snow, light woods. I'll take it. Cutting off that rail line would also help especially much, but we'll see. This is the best I can do for this turn in this sector. That's fine. If this river gets frozen, there might be a chance for an attack across. It just generally seems to be a disaster. I want to take a look whether these units have any additional support units that I need to get rid of. It is unlikely, at least for some of these, but some of my units do have this. It also allows me to check whether these guys need reinforcements. Which some of them, yeah, let's refit. They were only strong because of those additional support units still. But neither of these needs any. And says that it's unlikely these have any additional support units, but I do need to take a look anyway. Okay. No, all I need to do is take a look at the core. And switch these up a little bit. 26th. It's the 5th mountain. First corps has too much now. I need them under the 28th. Yeah. Three and 6. What do you have? 3 and 7. So I'll put you under the 26th as well because they're slightly better. Let's make sure they're on an actual depot. And I could actually turn this into a depot here. Yes. I know that this rail has been cut for a bit, but that's because the Soviet offensive was officially here. We did hold Posadnikovo for all that time, but that's heavy woods. That's gotta take hell to get these guys out. But we'll try. Still gonna take a look at the support units here. Once again, I think it's unlikely they have them, but just making sure. The 30th has no additional support units, so I really want to go and take a look whether they can borrow some. Like, these guys have a lot of additional stuff. If I could, I'd send it to the 30th, but it's too far for now. So let's send it into the 16th Army, at least that Werfer battalion. They have heavy panzer. Yeah, no. So the 502nd Heavy Panzer Battalion. They are going to be assigned currently to Army Group Don. I can send it 4th Panzer Army, so they're gonna go down. I can keep that howitzer. These guys have a bunch of artillery. That's fine. They also have some, not so much that I can actually send it away to the 16th. The Luftwaffe Field Division or Corps also has none. Again, I would send it to the 30th, but I just can't. So I'll send most of the surplus units that this corps has, and I'll send it up to army level, and then I have to send it back to corps level. I know that sucks, but I can't do it any other way currently, and it's better than nothing. They have 1 howitzer. I guess they can keep that. I only have construction units and a security unit, so they don't have any additional artillery. Looking at the OKH, I have Hungarian Artillery Battalion and a Romanian Artillery Battalion. Let's send the Hungarian Artillery Battalion to the 2nd Hungarian Army. The Romanian Artillery and Pioneer Battalion. I'll take a look at the 3rd. So 4th Romania needs to send some units down. And 3rd Romanian has nothing currently. Let's send both of them to the 4th, and then we'll sort things out later on as we go along. But I don't want them in OKH. So you're going to the 4th Romanian Army. And the 503rd Heavy Panzer Battalion, also with Tiger tanks, will also get sent to 4th Panzer Army. Eighth Panzer Division must be on the train. 12th, 20th motorized. Eighth. Let's look at the commander's report. – Really, air bases? Eighth Panzer Division. There it is. It is on train. East of Kiev. Okay, but then that's sent, and it means that I have no more support units to deal, because these guys don't have even that much themselves. I can send one construction battalion also to the 16th. Do I need to put that on locked? That is locked. Okay, so these are gonna go there. It doesn't give me any artillery yet. How about the 2nd Corps? They can give one to the 30th. Not amazing. Like to keep their Wehrfirst as well. Yeah. Alright. The depot here, that's not really anything. I think there are basically two things I can do. I can put them in here, away from the Soviets. Probably prudent for the moment. And I'll just leave them there for now. All right, I'm gonna end the video here. Did take cover on Group North this time in pretty big detail, so that's good. The clearing of the pocket is going pretty slowly because the Soviets just have so many units in there. It's not absurd, but they have a lot. So that's tricky. I guess next episode, I'll be dealing with either Army Group Center or the South. There'll be something. I'll have to withdraw from Pyatigorsk as well. We'll see how these things go. My biggest concern is that the Soviets will be closing in on this rail line, and to be fair, I'm not too excited about that. They are converging on Elista. Claim 23 ready, but there's nothing there. They also have nothing here anymore, so I guess the Soviets coming there, like, I've abandoned all of the air support, etc. That's good. Like, there's nothing there. I will not be losing anything. I was a bit afraid of that. But We'll have to retreat from this area, given the current situation. Ah, bloody shame. Especially since I'm doing marginally okay in clearing the Soviets out of this southern area. I have too little forces here too to put up stiff resistance against what the Soviets throw at me there. The only thing I can do is a slow retreat. There's no other way. With the situation at Stalingrad still as it is, despite the situation, well, especially with this, it's like do or die now too. I can probably create an encirclement going in here, encircling what they have in this section. Hopefully, and maybe even this 6th Guard Survival Corps as well. But things are not really looking bleak, but just tricky. Yeah, thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.